Good morning, Judge Morrow.
Good morning, Ms. Strong. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Not complaining, thank you.
Morning,
Look, they had to know,
Copy, copy. Right. You need him to sign?
Morning, Mr. Dodd. How are you today?
All right, Judge, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Esiana. Hope you're well as well.
Thank you.
Whenever you all are ready in courtroom 2, I believe we're ready, so just let us know.
We're ready.
Your Honor, Deputy Fox running a few minutes late. I have the second half of the calendar if we could start there.
Okay, started at what number, Mr. Esiana?
Position 29 and until then, yeah.
So we have someone for after at or after 29 that we can take.
Yes.
Okay.
We can go to position number 29, Mr. Moffitt. Mr. Moffitt. Don't have his name. This way, Moffitt.
What are we doing with Mr. Moffitt this morning?
That's going to be a negotiated plea.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Moffitt. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
The other one? Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Moffitt. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Esiana.
Your Honor, for position 29, the state's recommendation is 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. That's March 3rd to March 4th of 2022, and then August 27th, 2024 to today. Balance probated. No further contact with Marvin Pickett. Stay away from Emory University Hospital Midtown unless receiving medical treatment. 8 weeks anger management, no firearms. Position 30 will be null pros. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea. We have been in touch with Mr. Pickett, and he's in agreement with the offer. If Your Honor could sound for him, thank you.
Mr. Pickett is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. Dodd,
I would stipulate for purpose of the plea.
anything
And I would
further?
Yeah, Judge, I would ask the court to consider waiving the first 3 months of probation fees.
Does he have a job at present?
Not at this, not right now, Judge. Obviously there's some, no, he does not, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Moffitt, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 001185E, you wish to plead guilty to battery, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Moffitt, I'll waive 2 months of your probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. I'll also have the probation go to non-reporting once you've completed the terms of the probation. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't have to report and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Moffitt.
Thank you, Judge. That's it.
Next, we can go to position number 39, Mr. Robbie Robinson.
What are we doing with Mr. Robinson today?
Your Honor, this is a negotiated plea as well, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, state's recommending for count one, 12 months probation, serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. That's from August 26, 2024 to today. Balance suspended. Stay away from the core apartments at 741 Morosco Drive. Count two is time served 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea. Thank you.
We so stipulate, Judge. I would just ask the court to follow the recommendation time served.
Mr. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006004E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you
Yes, sir.
on any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Robinson. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Next
Who do we
we
have?
have position number 41, Mr. Daryl Sands.
That'll be negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Sands. I'm Judge. Good morning, sir. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Sands. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, state's recommending 12 months probation, serve 34 days, credit for time served 17 days. That's from August 25th, 2024 to today. Balance suspended, and to stay away from the Tokyo Valentino at 1739 Cheshire Bridge Road. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea.
Judge, we stipulate, I'd ask the court to follow the state's recommendation of time served, essentially, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Sands, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006014E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Sands. Good luck to you, sir.
Next we go to position number 53, Mr. Wiley.
And what are we doing with Mr. Wiley this morning?
No, I am. The issue that, and be a non-negotiated plea, Judge, it's mostly because I didn't want to set him up for failure. He's homeless, but that's the angle that I'm coming from, Judge, just so the court would know, not so much the jail portion of the sentence, Ms. Desiano, but it's really the other part, but I just want to lay it out.
Okay, all right. Good morning, Mr. Wiley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. Can you raise your right hand for me? Please, sir, thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Let's see, who do we have on from pretrial this morning? Anyone yet? Don't believe so. Do you have the history, Ms. Desiano?
I do, Your Honor. He has 23 cycles. Last conviction was in 2023 for simple battery. He's on probation for that. He was sentenced to 30 days in that case. He also has a prior simple battery conviction from 2019. He's got a 2019 conviction for theft by shoplifting, 2018 misdemeanor marijuana, 2018 theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass, 2017 disorderly conduct, and 2017 criminal trespass. Your Honor, this is an incident that happened at the East Point MARTA station. The officer made contact with the defendant on the south platform. He was smoking marijuana. The officer approached him and asked for his ID and asked for the cigar. And she told him to put his hands behind his back, and he refused. And while she was attempting to detain him, he pushed the female officer and actively resisted arrest. The state is recommending for count 1, the simple battery, 12 months probation, served 60 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, 8 weeks of anger management, and no firearms. Count 2, the willful obstruction, the state's recommending time served 28 days, credit for time served 14 days. And then count 3, the possession of marijuana, the state's recommending a null pros. And Your Honor, it's my understanding from what Mr. Haddad's saying that they're not objecting to the jail time based on his previous convictions. I believe the issue is the probation, and the state would request probation at minimum so he could complete his anger management. Thank you.
Ms. Desiano, do you know the simple battery that he's on probation for? Do you know the terms of that probation? What he has to do as a result?
Let me check. It's
Okay. If you'll check on that for me, and I'll go
Sure.
and speak with Mr. Haddad. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Haddad. And if
All
you can
right.
answer the question, that's fine also. If you know what the terms of the probation he's currently on, if he has to do anger management or anything as a result of that simple battery.
Judge, I don't know the answer. I can look it up as well. Actually, I think I represented Mr. Wiley myself last year, but I just don't recall, and I did not look it up.
I understand.
My client is 35 years of age, and you know, the issue is not really the jail portion. I just didn't want to set him up for failure. He is homeless. You know, housing is obviously an issue. Currently unemployed. He's done odds and ends in terms of work in the past, but nothing stable, Judge. He's from the Atlanta area. I mean, you know, I know I understand the state's position, but at the same time, you know, I'm not really entirely sure how he's going to be able to afford the anger management classes, and I don't want to set him up for failure. Now, having said that, Judge, if the court is going to order anger management, they'll have to do what they'll have to do. But I would ask under those circumstances to waive the probation fees completely, Judge.
Your Honor, he is not ordered to complete anger management in the case he's currently on probation for. He is ordered to complete 40 hours of community service and stay away from MARTA.
Okay. And when do you have when the sentence was entered?
He was sentenced December 28th, 2023 for 12 months.
Okay. And do you have there, Ms. Desiano, which judge sentenced him?
Judge Lal.
Okay.
And this was a negotiated plea, Your Honor, last year.
And it was
Okay.
a state on purpose, Judge, obviously.
Right. So I imagine that at the time he wasn't given anger management because of the same issues that he's going through at the present time. Has he done any of that community service?
No, Judge.
Okay, so you see my problem, Mr. Dodd? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's if he had completed the community service already, then I could be more assured that if I sentence him to community service this time, that he would get it done. And he was probably given community service the last time because of the situation that he's in. And
I would still ask for it, Judge.
No, I understand. I mean, I just don't want him, I mean, to keep coming back and not having any consequences. So I think what I'll do is, and you let me know if he still wants to enter into the plea, Mr. Haddad. I'm going to sentence him to 90 days, credit for time served 14 days, and the balance suspended on the simple battery.
Thank you. Judge, we're ready to proceed with the court's sentence.
Okay. And this will be a non-negotiated plea, Mr. Wiley. It's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006074D, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery against a police officer, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and those two. Is that correct?
Yeah. He's asking you. Is this what you want to do? Yes. Okay, you need to speak up so I can hear. Yes,
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've
No,
been
sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes,
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
no,
Okay. I'll accept your plea, Mr. Wiley, for the simple battery. It'll be 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance suspended. For the obstruction, it'll be 12 months to serve 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance suspended. Good luck to you, Mr. Wiley.
All right, thank you.
And just so he knows, I hate to see him back here, Mr. Haddad. If he doesn't get that 40 hours of community service done in that other case, then he might be right back where he is.
Thank you, Judge. I'll talk to him, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Wiley.
Thank you.
Next, we will go to position number 57, Mr. Zachary.
And what are we doing with Mr. Zachary this morning?
Your Honor, this will be a negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Zachary. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, state's recommending 12 months, serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. That's from May 11th to May 14th of 2024, and then August 30th of 2024 to today. Balance probated, no further contact with Viashika Hawkins, stay away from MARTA, SDET, no firearms. Position 58 will be null prossed. Your Honor, we've been in touch with Ms. Hawkins today. She's in agreement with the plea offer. If you could sound for her at the appropriate time, and we'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea. Thank you.
Ms. Hawkins is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now's your opportunity. Yes, Mr. Dodd.
Judge, we stipulate, and we'd ask the court to follow the state's recommendation. I would ask the court consider waiving the first 90 days of probation fee, since he has to get the SDET eval.
Okay. Mr. Zachary, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 002999A, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I'm not gonna waive any fees, but I will have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and won't have to pay those fees, Mr. Zachary.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, and I just want to confirm that the position 58 will be non-process. I meant to ask on the other positions, Ms. Desiano.
Yes, that's
Thank
correct.
you.
What you talking about?
Your Honor, is other ASG on?
Yes, Ms. Falk has joined us, so you can, whoever you'd like to bring up.
Okay. We can go with position number 4, Mr. Coffee.
More, you ever seen a judge?
There is we received restitution from the victim in that case, PD Haddad, and I did forward that document to you.
Just one second, Judge.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Falk.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I apologize. What position is this?
This is
Four.
going, yes,
4?
yes, coffee.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Falk, I hate to just ask, but do you think we can, you think I saw the estimate. Do you believe that there's room for negotiation?
We would need to discuss that with the victim. I don't know if you want to reset this 1 week, but yes, that would need, or I can see if Miss Maldonado, I know she is on the line, if she can reach out to the victim and kind of find out what his bottom number is that he would be comfortable with.
That would work. I mean, I want to resolve it this morning.
Understood. So Miss Maldonado, if you could do that, in Your Honor, if you don't mind, if we could move on to a different case while Miss Maldonado reaches out to the defendant, to the victim on this case.
All right, we can go back.
Thank you.
We can go to position number 9, Mr. Davis.
What are we doing with Mr. Davis this morning?
Donna, that will be a negotiation plea, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Davis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, is this Davis?
Yes, Robert Davis.
Okay, that is on count 1, 12 months served, 60 days, credit for time served, 16 days. That's going to be from August 26th of 2024. Balance probation, no further contact with Tunisia Harden, 8 weeks of anger management, 40 hours community service. As to count 2, that's going to be 60 days, credit for time served, 16 days. That's on the giving false name. Credit for time served from August 26, 2024, concurrent with count 1. We would like to sound from Ms. Tanisha Harden, and we do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. That's all for the state.
Ms. Harden is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Yes, Mr. Dan.
Your Honor, we stipulate for purposes of the plea, I would ask the court to place this case on non-reporting, once all the conditions are completed.
Does he have a place to reside, Mr.
He
Dan?
does, Judge, his daughter.
Okay, all right. Good. Mr. Davis, it's my understanding that in case 24CR006048E, you wish to plead guilty to battery and giving false information to law enforcement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you, Mr. Davis?
He said no, Judge.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having just a little hard time hearing you, Mr. Davis. Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Davis. When you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, we can go to position number 14, Mr. Walter Jackson.
That would be a negotiated plea, Judge.
And Mr. Jackson is positions 13 and 14.
That is correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Falk?
Your Honor, the state is entering a null pros on position 13 as a part of the plea to position 14. On position 14, the disorderly conduct, the state's recommendation is time served, 42 days, credit for time served, 21 days. That is going to be from January 2nd to January 7th of 2020, December 31st of 2021 to January 1st of 2022, and August 29th of 2024 until today. The state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Your Honor, we stipulate and ask the court to follow the negotiated plea of time served, Judge.
Mr. Jackson, it's my understanding that in case 20CR000245B, you wish to plead guilty to disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jackson. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Next, we can go to position number 23, Mr. Leon.
Attorney Douglas, good morning. Which case are you here on today?
Have a seat, sir.
I apologize, Judge Morrow. Amani Pretty, I'm not sure what position. I was retained late yesterday evening, and I checked the docket. It said that this hearing was being held in G33 in person, and so I'm in the courthouse. But Kamani, Priddie, is my client's name. There are two matters on the calendar this morning.
Is that a man or a woman?
Man.
Your
Okay.
Honor, if I may, I spoke to Mr. Preedy yesterday. I guess at the time he had not retained Mr. Douglas. the plan I had submit, I have not done anything, but I was gonna plead him not guilty. That was the plan. I'm not sure if Mr. Douglas has a different announcement.
That is in fact the plan, and I would ask, if it's at all possible to have him released, under reasonable conditions. Obviously a stay away from the victim, but, that was my intent to plead not guilty and to see if we could actually
So
have
you need
him.
you need a hearing on a bond modification.
Yes, please, Judge.
I apologize. I believe Ms. Falk can correct me, or Ms. Desiano. I don't believe he's being held on the misdemeanor charge. That's my understanding, but I could be wrong.
He
I believe-
is, oh, sorry, Ms. Desiano, please, it is your
Your Honor,
case.
he has no bond on a felony case at this time, and he had a signature bond through pretrial on the position 37 that has been surrendered as a result of his felony arrest. However, he has no bond on the aggravated assault, and it is against the same victim.
Okay, so he's not being held on this, Mr. Douglas. If you want to go ahead and file a waiver of arraignment in the case, and again, it doesn't appear that he's being held on these charges.
Okay, and it was filed, last night, accepted last night as well, should appear this morning,
Okay.
the waiver of arraignment.
Very good. Anything further this morning on, Mr. Pretty?
That's all, Judge.
All right, you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Morrow. Take care.
You do the same. And tell me again, I'm sorry, who do we have before us?
Mr. Leon,
Okay, position number 23. What are we doing with Mr. Leon this morning?
Judge, that is a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Leon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Leon. You can put your hand down now. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. Before I get started, I just want to let PD Haddad know, we did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Griffin on Mr. Coffey's case. He is understandably not agreeable to anything less than the amount of damage he is entitled to restitution for, and he is here on the Zoom if we do need to address him. So that being said, on this case, the state's recommendation is count 1, time served, 32 days, credit for time served 16 from August 26th of 2024. Count 2, the criminal trespass, 12 months probation concurrent with count 1. Balance suspended, stay away from the Walgreens located at 4617 State Route 138 in Union City. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Your Honor, we stipulate and ask the court to follow the negotiated plea, at time served, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Leon, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006036A, you wish to plead guilty to possession and use of drug-related objects and criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Yes.
No.
Are you taking any medication right now?
No. Okay, you've been represented by Mr. Haddad. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by these charges, and that by pleading guilty, you're giving up that right to a trial by jury. You understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Leon. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. And if we can revisit Mr. Coffey, Judge, position number 3. He accepts the restitution amount, Judge. Okay.
Okay.
So we negotiated plea, Judge, on that case, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Coffey, I believe is position number 4. I want to make sure I have the right, it's Shemaine Coffey?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Coffey? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. On count 1, the simple assault, the recommendation is 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. That's going to be from August 26, 2024 to today. Balance probated. No further contact with Mr. Griffin. And we would also ask for $1,600 in restitution. Count 2, 12 months concurrent with count 1. Count 3, time served, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days from August 26th of 2024 until today. We did have an opportunity to speak with Bruce Griffin. He does agree with the plea offer, and he did provide the paperwork for the amount of damage to his truck, which was the $1,600, which we did provide to the PD Haddad. He is here on the Zoom if he would like to speak, but he did state he was in agreement with this plea offer. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification. And Mr. Griffin, if you could just type into the chat just to me, so just pick my name, your address, so I can provide that to the clerk so that she can make sure that restitution goes to you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Mr. Griffin, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do that as well.
No, sir, there's nothing that I'd like to say.
All right, thank you for being here this morning.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Dunn.
Honor, we stipulate for purpose of the plea, we're requesting the court to follow the negotiated plea. I would just ask the court to consider either non-reporting or terminate probation once the restitution is paid, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Coffey, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006045 F, you wish to plead guilty to simple assault, criminal trespass and damage to property, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Your Honor, yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Coffey, when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get the restitution paid, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Coffey.
Thank you, sir.
Next we can go back to position number 4, Mr. Coffey.
We just did, Mr. Coffey.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor, my bad.
You're fine.
It's been one of those days.
We can go
Who do we
to
have?
position number 24 and 25, Mr. Matherly.
Ms. Falk, did you see my email request on position number 24? Judge, if you can bear with us one minute.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Are you not ready?
Yeah, we're, the answer to this must be.
That's fine. We can go back to the demo. We can move to someone else.
Yes, if we could, just so I can take a look at it.
We
Okay,
can go to position number 27, Mr. McCarver.
And Judge, on this, Mr. McCarver, we're entering a plea of not guilty. I'm requesting the bond to be reinstated. And I emailed the state. I don't think well, hopefully they won't object, but I do have grounds for my request, Judge. And in a nutshell, I can let the court know, he was arrested in February on this case. He was granted a signature bond he had a parole violation. He was sent to the prison judge. He missed court July 2nd, and a bench warrant was issued, but the problem is that he was in the Department of Corrections, and he was transported back to Fulton County for this case, for the FDA. So he's been in continuous custody since February 11th. I did confirm all of that with the Department of Corrections judge. So he's not, he not missed court because of his own choosing, Judge. So I'm just asking to reinstate his original bond, Judge.
Did you get the paperwork, Ms. Falk?
I did not get paperwork. I got the request. So right now I'm on Find an Offender with the GDC to just look at it directly. Yes, it looks like his release date, his incarceration date started April 11th of 2024 and continued to August 31st of 2024. And yes, that was, the FTA was issued July 2nd of 2024, which would have been during the time he was in custody with the Georgia Department of Corrections. So we do not disagree to the reinstatement of bond on this.
Okay, so we will reinstate it. Good luck to you, Mr. McCarver.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm gonna give you one, that's it. I could, I just, when I'm in the court thing,
Okay, all right.
when I go to court.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Pop.
What position was that?
That was
Listen.
position 27.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else that we can take?
No, Your Honor. We're waiting for jail court's iPhone and. Yeah,
Or
that's about it.
ACDC.
Or ACDC.
Okay, all right, so
So, we just got this.
11 to 7.
we'll be in recess until someone comes on with us. Who do we have on the jail court's iPhone?
We have positions number 42 and 43, Mr. Santana.
Okay. What are we doing with Mr. Santana this morning?
Judge, I needed a breakout room with Mr. Santana. He was at medical yesterday and I was unable to speak to him, but it should not take too long, Judge. I think it's a straightforward case, so.
Okay, well, you don't have anyone there in the courtroom too with you. You just want me to put you into a breakout room?
Yeah, whatever works, Judge, that'd be great.
Okay, so can we put jail court's iPhone and courtroom 2 into a breakout room, and while they do that, we'll be in recess.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ms. Estiano,
Yes.
it'll be negotiated, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and this is Mr. Santana, is that right? 42 and 43?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yes.
it's also position 44. The calendar is a little out of order. It's position 44, then position 42, then position 43.
Okay. 42. Good morning, Mr. Santana. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, for position 44, the state's recommending 12 months served 36 days, credit for time served 18 days. That's December 21st to December 22nd of 2023, and then August 26, 2024 to today. Balance suspended. A stay away from the Richard B. Russell Federal Building at 75 Ted Turner Drive. The state will move to NALPROS 24 FTA 001204 upon plea to position 44. That FTA is not listed on the calendar, Your Honor. And then for position 42, the criminal trespass and fare evasion, the state's recommending 12 months served 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. That's August 26, 2024 to today. Balance suspended, stay away from MARTA properties. And count 2, the fare evasion, time served 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea. Thank you.
We stipulate, Judge, would ask the court to follow the state's recommendation.
Okay. Mr. Santana, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 008165A, you wish to plead guilty to loitering and prowling, and in case 24 CR 006040A, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and fare evasion. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yeah, so it's gonna be time served? Yes, I am.
Mr. Dodd, you want to answer him?
The recommendation is time served, yes.
Okay, you ready to proceed, Mr. Santana?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been represented by Mr. Haddad. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yeah, I understand.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Santana. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome.
All right, give me 1 minute. I gotta walk down the hall and grab the other two.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see, did ACDC join us?
Actually, there's another court hearing at 9 a.m., so they are gonna be late. So although they logged on right now, they may still be working on getting my people, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kim.
And PD Haddad on Matherly, the state does agree to a null cross on position 24.
PD Haddad, I'll tell you. He's right.
Thank you, PD Kim. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention to who was on the Zoom.
Oh, actually, he just stepped out, but I will definitely tell him.
I appreciate that.
No problem. Oh, yeah, that one video, I didn't get somebody else. Well, this other guy. I didn't see his call, I didn't see. He stepped out for a second.
Oh my gosh, I just see that.
Since we're waiting,
Why?
ASG called out
But why?
for position 45, Losandra Smith, it's a criminal trespass, can we remove, probation condition? Can she just have a time served?
Which position?
45.
Okay, sorry, we didn't hear you. There was some background noise.
Yeah, we do have a background here.
Miss Kim, we were asking for a suspended balance just to stay away.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Still remember who that Lamar is.
And
Yeah.
for position 52, we were wondering if we can do NOLO instead of guilty plea. Can we do NOLO content date?
Can you say the position again and the name of the defendant, please?
Madeline Thompson.
Okay. Let me just take, and its position, did you say 42?
52.
52, okay. That's going to be ASG Desianos.
Okay.
And it appears she's eligible. She hasn't had a conviction in the last 5 years.
So she's eligible?
From what I can see, yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Then we'll do that. So, oh, by the way,
See right here, look.
And Ms. Kim, I saw your note about position 54 and 55. ACDC could not locate her, and it's my understanding that she was released on September
Yes.
6th.
correct. Are we ready for position 24 and 25?
Yeah, you're right. Ms. Falk, I understand, the state is okay, now processing position number 24. You're on mute.
That is correct, Pedia Haddad.
Wonderful, thank you. And he will do the fine, Ms. Falk, on position number 25.
Okay, and I have already submitted the null cross on position 24.
You know, just adopt the law, should have done the dog on the end before, and I'm gonna ask to tell you.
Thank you for offering.
This is position number 24 and 25.
Okay, this is Mr. Matherly. What are we doing with Mr. Matherly this morning?
Your Honor, we have a negotiated plea as to position number 25. And I believe the state has agreed to not process position number 24.
And the state has submitted that null cross, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Matherly. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Your Honor, again, state has submitted a null cross on position 24. On position 25, dog at large, count 1, 6 months, served 22 days, credit for time served 11 days, from August 31st of 2024 to today. Balance probated, a $200 fine, and complete the animalcourts.com online course. Count 2, dog at large, 6 months, served 12 days, credit for time served 11 days. That's going to be from August 31st of 2024. Balance probated concurrent with count 1, as well as a $200 fine. The state would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for the purposes of this plea. That's all for the state.
Your Honor, we stipulate, I would ask the court, under the circumstance of this charge, if the court would consider terminating probation once it completes all the conditions, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Matherly, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 003470E, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of dog at large. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Oh, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Very much so, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Matherly. When you complete the terms of the probation, it'll terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. 132 Mitchell Street.
And just so that I'm clear, position 24 and 26 were null crossed?
I believe so, Judge, yes.
I did do 24 and I did neglect to do the null cross on 26. I will prepare that now. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Well.
And Your Honor, while we have a second here, with the court's permission, if I can make an announcement.
Okay, yes.
On position number 5, Judge, I will submit the appropriate order. We need an evaluation for him, Judge. So if we can set him on a competency calendar, maybe 3-4 weeks from now. But I'll take care of everything I need to take care of this morning. I'll send a copy to Ms. Strong for the court's consideration.
Okay,
Position number 5, sorry.
would, do you think that, October 3rd competency calendar would work?
I think so, Judge. I think we can get it back by then, since it's the jail that's they're stationed here at the jail, so it'll be a little bit quicker turnaround, Judge.
Okay, so we'll place position 5, Mr. Conley, on the October 3rd competency calendar.
Thank you, Judge.
Any other announcements?
No, Judge. I mean, I have a couple waiver arraignment plead not guilty. I can announce it now, or just wait until we wrap up the calendar. That's fine. I do have a couple of pleas, but they're on the floor, so we're just waiting to hear back from them.
Okay, why don't you just tell me which waivers that you're going to have?
Sure. You're on position number 12, Mr. Innes. That's going to be waiver arraignment and a plea of not guilty, and I'll submit the paperwork this afternoon, Judge.
Waiver. Okay,
Also, position number 40, Tavares Robinson. Same announcement, Judge. We're going to waiver and a plea of not guilty.
okay.
And the rest that I have are pleas. I do have one person I still need to talk to. And that might be the gentleman there. I'm not sure. Is this the Anthony Davidson?
Yes, this is Davidson right here, Joe Court.
Judge, with the court's permission, if we can do a quick breakout room, I can stay here in courtroom 2, or I can use my computer, unless there's anything else waiting.
Let's see who we have at medical. Who do we have at medical?
Mr. Peoples, position 31 and 32.
That's ready for a plea, Judge.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and do Mr. Peoples, and then I'll put you into a breakout room, with the, jail court side phone.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Is that
Judge.
all right? Okay. Yes, good morning, Mr. Peoples. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Peoples. Yes, Mr. Esiano.
Your Honor, for position 31, count 1, time served 4 days, credit for time served 2 days. That's from March 18th to March 19th of 2024. Count 2 is also time served, same dates. Position 32, count 1, 12 months probation, served 34 days. Credit for time served 17 days. That's from July 18th to July 23rd, 2024, and then August 31st, 2024 to today. Balance suspended. Stay away from 1102 Donnelly Avenue Southwest, and no further contact with Stephanie Dietrich. Count 2, time served 34 days, credit for time served 17 days. We have been in touch with Ms. Dietrich. She has an agreement with the plea offer for position 32. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea. And if Your Honor can sound for Ms. Dietrich. Thank you.
Ms. Dietrich is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Yes, Mr. Dad.
Your Honor, we stipulate for purpose of the plea, I'd ask the court to accept the negotiated plea on both cases to a time served sentence, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Peoples, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 01289Y, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and giving false information to law enforcement officer. And in case 24 CR 004958Y, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Peoples. Good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, so if we can go ahead and place courtroom 2 and jail court's iPhone into a breakout room.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be in recess until they return.
Thank you, Judge.
This
Yes,
is,
Mr. Dodd.
position number 56, James Youngblood.
Okay, before I go there, let me go to the jail court telephone. Is there an
Okay.
announcement on that case, Mr. Dodd?
That will be a negotiated plea. The only difference, just so the court will know, I'm requesting in lieu of a fine, community service.
Okay, and tell me what position this is again?
Position number 8, the Anthony Davidson.
Good morning, Mr. Davidson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Davidson. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case on position, in Mr. Davidson's case on the theft by shoplifting, count 1 is 12 months served, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days. And that's from August 26th of 2024 until today. Balance probated, stay away from the 76 gas station located at 548 Northside Drive Northwest in Atlanta, Georgia, $500 fine, 40 hours community service. Count 2, 12 months concurrent with count 1, stay away from the 76 gas station located at 548 Northside Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. The reason for the state asking for both community service and a fine is, I believe, let me just double check something really quickly, Your Honor, before I make this statement. The defendant had just pled guilty on August 19th of 2024 to theft by shoplifting. He received 150 days on probation, stay away from 548 Northside Drive, which is actually the same location he went back into, as well as 10 days probation. That was on 24 CR 007632. And let's see, I just wanted to check to see who entered the sentence on that case. And it looks like it was from SAP. And I'm having trouble pulling up the defendant's sentence. So if Your Honor could just give me a moment, but that is the reason why the state increased our request.
Okay. God,
Judge, this is, we stipulate for purpose of the plea, would ask the court to accept the negotiated plea. The only request is to change the fine to maybe additional service, that's all I'm asking. And to place on non-reporting once all the conditions are completed, Judge.
so he's gonna do 90 hours of community service.
It's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And Your Honor, that previous sentence was through the Atlanta Municipal Court, which is why I couldn't pull it up in our system.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Davidson, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006046D, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
This morning?
Right now?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
What do that mean?
Mr. Dodd has been representing you. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right to a trial by jury. You understand that?
No, sir.
You don't want a jury trial, do you?
What is a jury trial?
Where your peers would come and see if you're guilty or innocent of these charges. You have a right to have that trial by jury. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you don't want a jury trial, do you?
No, sir.
Okay. Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Davidson. Now, that 76 gas station, you know you can't go back there.
I got you.
Okay, so if you go back there, they're gonna just arrest you again and you're gonna be in violation of this probation. So don't go back to that gas station, all right?
Yes, sir.
And when you complete the terms, when you get that community service done, I'm gonna have the probation go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not gonna be on reporting probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Davidson.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
You are?
Tell me again who we have at medical?
Yeah.
Position number 56, Mr. Youngblood.
Thank you. What are we doing with Mr. Youngblood this morning?
Your Honor, that will be a negotiated plea, Judge.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Youngblood. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, count one, state's recommending time served 36 days, credit for time served 18 days. That's from August 24th, 2024 to today. Count two, public drunk, time served 36 days, credit for time served 18 days. Count three, criminal trespass, 12 months, served 36 days, credit for time served 18 days, balance suspended. Stay away from the Regions Plaza at 1180 West Peachtree Street. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and ID for purposes of the plea. Nothing further.
Your Honor, we stipulate for purposes of the plea, and would ask the court to accept the negotiated plea of time served, Judge.
Youngblood, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006009J, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, public drunk, and criminal trespass. Is that right? Mr. Youngblood, did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you wish to plead guilty to those three charges?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, Mr. Youngblood.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who do we have on the iPhone?
We have position number 46, Mr. Gregory Thomas.
And that'll be negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Desiano.
Your Honor, for count one, state's recommending 12 months, served 22 days, credit for time served 11 days. That's from August 31st, 2024 to today. Balance probated. No further contact with Tiffany Thomas. Stay away from 911 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard Northwest, an MHET, and no firearms. And count two, 12 months probation concurrent with count one. We have not been in touch with Ms. Thomas today. If the court can sound for her at the appropriate time, and we'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and ID for purposes of the plea.
Ms. Tiffany Thomas is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. Dan?
Your Honor, we stipulate for purpose of the plea, we'd ask the court to follow the negotiated plea. The only request I have, Judge, is for the court to consider non-reporting once the conditions are complete, just to save them some money on probation fees, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006209G, you wish to plead guilty to battery and simple battery against a police officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yeah, I understand.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Mr. Thomas, let's see, when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir. Good morning, Francois. How are you today?
Good morning, Judge Morrow. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well as well. Are we ready to get going?
Yes, we are. This is going to be Ms. Bates, position number 3.
Okay. What are we doing with Ms. Bates this morning?
I believe it is negotiated plea.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Bates. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am? The other one?
Oh, no.
You're fine. You're all right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. Count 1, the state is entering a null pros. Count 2, the affray, state's recommendation is 12 months served 28 days, credit for time served 14 days. Balance probated, no further contact with Marianne Collins. Count 3 is going to be time served 28 days, credit for time served 14 days from August 28th, 2024 until today. PD Kim, I do have a question on the add-on case. Is the defendant entering a plea to that as well, or just to the case on the calendar?
As long as they are concurrent, yes, we do.
They are running concurrent.
Yes.
So on the add-on case 24 CR 005408B, which is the family violence battery add-on case, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, serve 56 days, credit for time served 28 days. That's going to be from August 1st to August 14th of 2024 and August 28th of 2024 until today. Balance probated, no further violent contact with Gregory Murray, Family Violence Intervention Program, and that is to run concurrent with 24 CR 006068B. State would like to sound for Mr. Gregory Murray and Marianne Collins, and we do ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for this.
Yes,
If
we
Ms.
do.
Collins or Mr. Murray are on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, we do stipulate, Your Honor.
Anything further?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Ms. Bates, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006068B, you wish to plead guilty to affray and public drunk, and in case 24 CR 005408B, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. Is that correct? You have to speak up for me, ma'am.
Yes.
You under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Bates, excuse me. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fines, those fees, okay? All right, good luck to you, Ms. Bates.
Okay, thank you.
Position
welcome.
number 6, Ms. Curry.
This is also negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Curry. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. As to position number 6 on the criminal trespass, time served on count 1, 66 days, credit for time served 33 days from December 26, 2023 to January 12th of 2024, and then August 27th of 2024 until today. As to count 2, certain acts on the bus, rail, or station prohibited, the recommendation is the same, time served. Position number 7, the FTA. We will be entering a null pros at the conclusion of this plea. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. That's all for the state.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, we do stipulate, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Curry, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 008376Y, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and certain acts on bus, rail station prohibited. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Curry. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Position number 10, Ms. Grinton.
This is also negotiated plea, except that we would like to request to waive probation fees.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Grinton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. On count one, the simple assault, state's recommendation is 12 months, serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. That's from August 26, 2024 until today. Balance probated, stay away from all MARTA stations until October 5th of 2024. That is per the MARTA ban listed in the warrant. On count two, the criminal trespass, that's 12 months concurrent with count one, as well as the stay away from all MARTA until October 5th of 2024. State would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Yes, so we do.
And given that it's just to stay away, is there any other reason that the balance is probated?
And excuse me, Your Honor, that should be balance suspended. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure. Yes, anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor. We would like to stipulate, yes, for the purpose of plea.
Okay, Ms. Grinton, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006051A, you wish to plead guilty to simple assault and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Grinton. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank
Dorrington, I spoke with your son. He's doing very well.
you, Ms. Kim.
Number 11, Ms. Hall.
This is also negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Hall. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. As to Ms. Hall, she has 2 counts of battery. Count one, the state's recommendation is 12 months served, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days from August 27th, 2024 until today, balance probated, stay away from the Reflections housing located at 111 John Wesley Dobbs Avenue Northeast in Atlanta, 12 weeks of anger management, and no further contact with Morgan Willingham. On count two, the state's recommendation is the same with the exception of a no further contact with Wanique King, and that is to run concurrent with count one. We did have an opportunity to speak with Miss Willingham, who stated that she does not want any contact with this defendant, and we also had an opportunity to speak with Wanique King, who stated she also wants a no contact and a stay away order. We would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. And we would like to sound from Ms. Morgan Willingham or Wanique King if either one of them would like to speak. That's all for the state.
Ms. Falk, what is Reflections Housing?
So that's housing at the Georgia State University property. We were considering doing a property from stay away from all GSU property, but I wasn't sure where exactly this was located in GSU's general campus. So I did ask for a specific stay away from Reflections Housing.
Okay, so this is housing for Georgia State. Okay.
That is correct.
All right, very good. If Ms. Willingham or Ms. King are on the line and wish to address the court now, it's your opportunity to do so. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, we would like to stipulate for the purpose of plea, Your Honor.
Okay,
And-
Ms. Hall, anything further, Ms. Kim?
We would like to request for probation fee to be waived for at least 30 days to 90 days, Your Honor.
Ms. Hall, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006078Y, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of battery. Is that correct? You have to speak up or get closer for me, ma'am. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I'm not going to waive any fees, but I will have it go to a non-reporting status when she completes the term. So the sooner you get this done, Ms. Hall, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am.
Ms. Hall, I contacted Florida for you, by the way. Okay, I took care of it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Judge, we're gonna have positions number 33 through 36. That's gonna be Ms. Porter.
Okay. What are we doing with Ms. Porter this morning?
Negotiated plea, Your Honor. Guilty.
Your Honor, I
Good
believe
morning.
Ms. Porter is only 33 and 34.
Okay. And this is Linda Porter. Good morning, Ms. Porter. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, for position 34, count 1, state's recommending time served 26 days, credit for time served 13 days. That's from August 29th, 2024 to today. And then count 2, also time served 26 days, credit for time served 13 days. Position 33 will be null prossed upon entry of the plea, and we'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea.
Yes, we do stipulate for purpose of plea.
Okay. Ms. Porter, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001600E, you wish to plead guilty to possession and use of drug-related objects and one other misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Porter. Good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 51, Ms. Thompson.
And it's my understanding that Ms. Thompson's going to be a no-low plea. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Thompson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Stesiana?
Your Honor, for position 52, state's recommendation is time served 16 days, credit for time served 8 days. That's from September 3rd, 2024 to today. And position 51 will be null prossed upon entry of the plea to position 52. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea.
Yes, we do stipulate, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Thompson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004287F, you wish to plead nolo to obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Sir?
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading nolo to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead nolo?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the nolo plea as negotiated, Ms. Thompson. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 45, Smith.
It will be negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Stesiana?
Your Honor, state's recommending 12 months, served 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. That's from August 26, 2024 to today. Balance suspended and stay away from Clark Atlanta University property. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea, nothing further.
Yes, we do stipulate. Ms. Smith, there's no probation.
Cool. My bad, sorry. I can't afford it. My bad. I ain't got no money on my property. Sorry.
You're fine, Ms. Smith. Let's see, Ms. Smith, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006038C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
I do. I also I got things that's probably still there that they told me to come get in the week. I've been locked up.
I'll help you with that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Ms. Kim.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
I am not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Very much so.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Did I do?
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Ms. Smith, let's see. Ms. Kim, does she need a one-time police escort to get those things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll give you a one-time police escort to retrieve any belongings that you have at on the Clark Atlanta University campus. All right. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Real quick, Judge, Ms. Thompson, position 51, she does have a question.
Okay.
I'll be happy to call you so we can talk over the phone instead of asking the questions here in front of the state. Let me see. I'll be happy to call her later.
Okay. That's satisfactory, Ms. Thompson. Ms. Kim will call you and answer the questions that you have, okay? All right, very good. Okay, does that finish up ACDC?
Yes, we're completed here at ACDC. Thank you, Judge.
All right, have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who do we have at medical?
I don't have anyone. Position number 5. He's a reset again. He refused to come out. It's Mr. Conley.
Okay, we've already reset him until the competency calendar on October 3rd.
Okay.
All right. Were they gonna be, is position 1 and 2 is Cameron Ames, is that a man or a woman?
Female, Your Honor. Actually, she's pleading not guilty. And I would like to do a bond argument, Your Honor. Actually, she has been there for quite a bit of days, and she would like to have a signature on bond during pretrial.
Well, we need her to be here, that's why I was asking, if you wanted to seek a bond modification.
Yes.
It looks like she missed somebody's court date though, and I normally send it back to the division if, she's missed a court date.
She never got any report, notice of that. It was sent to wrong address, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, not only did she miss a court date, she also has 2 foreign holds, one from DeKalb and one from Conyers.
Yes, correct. I'll see if I can have her to come to the court. I'm gonna call ACDC.
Okay. And what are we doing with Mr. Johnson's cases today, 15 through 21?
Judge, he was released.
Released? Okay.
Did I miss the announcement on position 35 and 36?
Oh, Judge, position number 35 and 36, he actually has court downtown with Judge Edline. It's got a probation violation. I had emailed the public defender and who's going to be present at that this morning in front of Judge Edline. I'm not sure if Judge Edline is going to take care of this case as well or not, but I guess we can reset it for just to make sure that this case has been taken care of for SAP. It's a time served offer, Judge. I think it is. So I was.
You want to reset it for Thursday? Just to make sure.
Sounds good, Judge.
Okay, so 35, 36 will be reset for 9/12.
And Ms. Desiano, that's going to be a negotiated plea. That was my understanding until I found out that he was taken downtown.
For position 36, to be clear, the recommendation was probation, no more jail time, but balance probated, not time served, based on his previous convictions. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And 47, 48, and 49, Shandora Thomas, is that a female?
I believe so. It is, Judge. Shandora Thomas. Shandora
Thomas, that's my client.
Ms. Kim is coming, Judge.
She was actually pleading not guilty, waiver of appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, so she just needs to be returned to the division judge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I believe then the only one that we're waiting on would be positions 1 and 2. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor. I was calling ACDC, but I have not been able to reach anybody yet. So, and I also emailed.
Your Honor, while we're waiting for ACDC to come back on the line, could we go through, I know we've gone through the calendar in bits and pieces. Do you mind if we go through the entirety of the calendar?
Oh, no, I was going to go through them. I just wanted to make sure that I'd gotten everybody. I wasn't sure if I had if I missed someone or not. So yes, we'll go through the entire calendar, Ms. Fong. And Ms. Strong, since we only have 1 and 2 to deal with, can we do that now? Are we ready to go through the calendar? You're on mute, Ms. Strong, if you're.
Thank you. Position number 1 and 2 were waived arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 3 and 4, negotiated plea. Position number 5 was reset for October the 3rd competency calendar. Position number 6 was a plea. 7 was null cross, 8 was a plea, 9 was a plea. 10 and 11 were pleas. Position number 12 was waive arraignment, reset jail jury. 13 was null cross, 14 was a plea. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 21 and 22 were all reset because the defendant has been released. Position 23 was a plea. 24 was null pros. 25 was a plea. 26 was null pros. 27 was reset further notice, and 28 was the one where the bond was reinstated, correct?
Yeah, yes,
Or is
28 where the bond was reinstated based on 27. Yes,
So, but the bond is reinstated on 27, correct?
correct.
Okay. I have it. Okay, so 27, 28 are reset. 27 was bond was reinstated. Position 29 was a plea. 30 was null pros. 31 and 32 were a plea. 33 was null pros. 34 was a plea. 35 and 36 are reset to Thursday's SAP calendar. 37, 38 were waived arraignment, reset jail jury. 39 was a plea. 40 waived arraignment, reset jail jury. 41 was a plea. 42 was a plea. 43 was null cross. 45 was a plea. 46 was a plea. 47 and 48 reset jail jury. Also 49 and 50. Position 51 was null cross. 52 was a nolo plea. Position 53 was a plea. 54 and 55 was released, reset further notice. 56, 57 were a plea, and 58 was null cross.
Really quickly, 37, what was the result of 37?
37 was reset jail jury,
As well as 38?
correct. That was the private attorney.
Oh, yeah, that was. And I believe the other one that I did not catch was 34. I'm assuming it was a negotiated plea.
Yes.
33 and 34, yes.
Okay,
33 was null cross, and
Null
34
cross.
was the plea.
got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see. So it's 10:45. We've got the 11 o'clock DV bench warrant calendar, and who's representing Ms. Sands and Mr. Thornton?
Ms. Sands is represented by McLeod, attorney in Marine, conflict attorney, Your Honor, and I'm representing Ms. Thornton.
Ms. Thornton, okay.
It's coming at 11 a.m., Your Honor.
And
I
we have
spoke
not,
with-
you have not heard back, you have not heard back from ACDC, is that
So I
right?
spoke with Officer Milton over the phone, and she's getting her. She should be.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll be in recess until somebody is somebody joins us.
Thank you.
Judge Morrow?
Yes.
Okay, we're back. This is gonna be
Okay.
Miss
Ms.
Ames,
Ames?
positions number 1 and 2.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Ames. Let's see. Ms. Kim, are you courtroom 2? Are you with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's my understanding that Ms. Ames missed a court date. Is that right, Ms. Falk?
It appears so, Your Honor. I'm just pulling that up right now. She is currently has a $6,000 surety bond for a failure to appear and 2 foreign county holds. The failure to appear was before. Just having a little bit of system difficulty, so I apologize for that. The failure to appear was in front of Judge Richardson and was dated March 20th of 2023. Out of curiosity, because I cannot see what the FTAs are for, I'm wondering if the pretrial could assist me with that, because they can usually see, what the foreign holds are for, even when I cannot.
Unfortunately, pretrial is not able to join us until 11 o'clock today, so we haven't had anyone from pretrial on with us. I believe that the last note that I received that someone was going to try to jump on by 11.
I'm just showing that there's a detainer out of DeKalb County and a detainer out of Conyers, but not the reason for the detainers. If it was another failure, and what I'm trying to ascertain, Your Honor, is whether it's another failure to appear out of those 2 locations, which would obviously then go to her. Actually, they both were. I'm looking at the arrest citation. They were both failure to appear as out of DeKalb and Conyers Police Department. So for that reason, Your Honor, we would ask that this go back before Judge Richardson so that he may address her failure to appear out of this county.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor, but we would like to request for a bond reduction. Your Honor, she pleads not guilty. This happened in 2019, and the reason that she got those failure to appear was because of her moving. She actually also had a change of address, but the notice of mail hearing was never mailed to her. Your Honor, she has 3 minor children, 8 and 10 and 12 years old, and she does not have a employment as of now. And she is actually planning to go back to school to complete her LPN, to be eventually be a nurse sometime later. And she's going through a very hard time. And but she was born and raised here in Georgia. She's totally she's not going anywhere because she has to go to Conyers and DeKalb. So I was wondering if we can change this to signature on bond.
Well, given that she has so many failure to appear, and if it had been from my court, then I would modify it and let her go ahead and do that. But my practice is to return it to the division judge that where she missed a court date, and if they choose to modify it, then I'll let Judge Richardson do that. So if you'll get her back on the calendar before Judge Richardson, so for that modification. All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Ames.
May I speak? Just raise your hand.
Can I talk to you privately, and then maybe we can address? I don't want you to say anything negative. I'll call you right back.
Miss Kim, did you want to call now?
Yes, I'll call right now.
You have the phone number?
Yes. What's the number? Which one? Because there are 4 numbers. Which one is it? 8114?
Hold on, Miss Kim, let me check.
8122, 8123. Which one is the best? I don't want her to incriminate herself while she's trying to ask questions. So let me just
Okay, you're fine, Ms. Kim. So
Speak to the reason why I have the FTAs and as to what I was planning on doing to address them. Your Honor.
okay, we'll let you talk, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll be in recess until the 11 o'clock calendar.
Which
Hey, Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Kim,
Yes,
the
which
number's
number?
gonna be
Yes.
404
Yes,
865
yes.
8122.
Okay, perfect. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, are we ready to address the 11 o'clock calendar?
Okay, well, since we're waiting for them to answer, Judge, do you mind if I, address position? Don't know his position, but Mr. Potter, the one that we reset for Thursday,
Yes.
the division judge would like that to be returned, so I'm gonna take him off of Thursday's calendar.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
So is SAP done?
Yes, we've completed SAP, I believe, and we are now on the DV bench warrant calendar.
Okay, well then y'all have a good one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I see Ms. Sands on the line. Ms. Sands, can you activate your camera for me? Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
And let's see, is Ms. Kim ready? Is this Ms. Kim's case?
It is, Judge. Hold on a second, Judge, sorry.
Okay.
Really fast. Yes. Okay. Sure. Okay. All right, sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Your Honor. ACDC is about to come in. She made a choice waiver of appearance, not guilty, Your Honor. She will probably put the bond.
Say it again?
She is planning to pay for the bond.
Okay, okay, so, either she bonds out or is returned to the division judge. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so this is Ms. Sands, Ms. Kim, who's on the line. Ms. Falk, I take it that Ms. Sands missed the court date?
Yes, Your Honor. Specifically, she missed arraignment on August 26, 2024, after being released, it looks like on June 17th, 2024. The case was returned to sender. I do see a copy of the return to sender notice. It says not known, unable to forward. And that was approximately, the return to sender was approximately less than 2 months after she was released.
Hey, Ms. Kim?
I do not represent her, Your Honor. She is represented by a conflict attorney, McLeod.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is, Ms. Strong, can you see if Ms. McLeod's gonna get on the line?
Yes, sir, I'll reach out again. I didn't get an answer the first time.
Okay, thank you. I will be with you, Ms. Sands. So let's see, and Ms. Thornton is on the line? Is that your client, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do you want to go into a breakout room or do you just want to go off the YouTube?
May we please go to breakout room because I don't want to violate a HIPAA.
Okay. So, if you'll place courtroom 2, let's see, Ms. Thornton, can you come on camera for me, please, ma'am? Can you hear me, Ms. Thornton?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, very good. So if we can place courtroom 2, Ms. Falk, myself, and Ms. Thornton into a breakout room. Does anyone else need to be in the breakout room? Okay. So Ms. Champion, if you'll do that for me, please.
Hey, Miss McLeod, they're in a breakout for the other position on the DB calendar. They should be back.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod. McLeod, can you hear me?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Have you had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Sands?
I have not, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want me to place you into a breakout room with her to discuss? It's my understanding that she missed an arraignment date. Her notice was returned to sender. So let's place Ms. Sands and Ms. McLeod into a breakout room, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I also put the state's recommendation in the chat for Ms. McLeod if she wants to discuss that with her client.
Thank you, Ms. Falk.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be in recess until they return. Okay, are we ready, Ms. McLeod?
We are, Your Honor. I was able to speak with my client, and she tells me that the address which she has is an address which she's always maintained, and she said the notice of the bench warrant came to that address, so she doesn't understand why she did not receive notice for her initial court date. But I do have her current address, which is the same one apparently that has always been in the system.
Ms. Falk, what was returned to sender?
Yes, Your Honor, that was, and what address did she provide, Ms. McLeod?
540 Humphrey Street Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia 30312.
Yeah, that's the address we have. Part of the problem is that's also the address she was ordered to stay away from by Your Honor on June 17th of 2024. So I'm not 100% sure why she would have given an address that Your Honor had ordered her to stay away from as a part of her bond on that date, but that is the address she provided. So we have 540 Humphrey Street Southwest, and we have apartment 2219, Atlanta, Georgia 30312, and that was returned. And again, that is the stay away order address.
Who is Jamisha Merritt to Ms. Sands?
Miss Sands?
That's my fiance, and we don't stay together. I stay with my mama. The address she put on the paper is we been staying with my mama for a couple months until she got her place. I stay with my mama at 540 Humphrey Street.
And Miss Merritt is not at that address?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. McLeod, you're going to need to, I guess, seek a modification of that bond. So and Ms. Falk, if you can have your victim advocate reach out to Ms. Merritt to establish her her residence and make sure that she's not at the 540 Humphrey Street address for me.
Yes, Your Honor, we can reach out to her. So Miss Maldonado, if you can please make contact with Miss Merritt and see if you can make contact with her and see where she is currently residing and when she moved out. If she is not currently residing at 540 Humphreys, when she moved away from that address.
I'm not sure where we can get all that accomplished. Do I need to reset this so that we can accomplish that and do all this in one order?
I would make that request, Your Honor. I don't want to put our victim at a disadvantage due to the late information that we just received.
No, I understand. So, well, I'm not on the calendar on Thursday, but I'm happy to put to place this on the DV bench warrant calendar on Thursday. Do you think that would be enough time?
That should be enough time for us to reach out to the victim and see if we can make contact.
Okay. And Ms. McLeod, if you will let whomever the judge is know that I'm not opposed, as long as it comes back that Ms. Merritt is not living there, that I'm not opposed to doing a bond modification and reinstating or setting aside the bench warrant and reinstating the bond if all that comes back to be accurate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Sands, we're going to reset your case to do some follow-up on until this Thursday. It'll be Thursday at 11 o'clock again, okay? And hopefully we can get all this sorted out by that time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. If nothing further, you have a good day, Ms. Sands. Thank you for jumping on, Ms. McLeod. And everyone else, if you could please get your paperwork in to Ms. Strong as soon as possible, the court would appreciate it. You all have a good rest of your day. I think that concludes everything, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wall.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See y'all next time. Bye-bye.